Hey everyone, welcome back to Dinesh Sharma 10x, where we make your spreadsheet work super productive. Today I'm going to show you how to create dynamic drop-down list in Excel using data validation. Also, we will see how to clean data using data validation and some pro tips to automate data entry. And this is going to be a game changer for organizing your data, creating forms, or just making your spreadsheet look super professional. Let's dive in. All right, let's say you are working on a spreadsheet where you need to input data like list of products, categories, or even the name of salesperson. Instead of typing them every time, wouldn't it be awesome if you can select it from a drop-down list? That's where data validation comes in. For example, I want a data validation drop-down list for this column region. I will select the cells where I want the drop-down to appear. Then go to Data tab in the ribbon, and here you will find Data Tools section. Go to Data Validation button and click here. Data validation dialog box will appear. In the data validation dialog box, there are three tabs. The first is the most important one, which is called settings, and then you have input message and error alert. I'm going to show you all three for this example, and then we will see some advanced cases. In the settings, there is a validation criteria option available. Click on this drop down below allow, and here by default any value is selected. That is why Excel is allowing you to enter any values in the cell, but you have a possibility to restrict it to only whole numbers. For example, your order ID is going to be a whole number, or maybe the quantity is going to be a whole number in your kind of products, and then it may be decimals for unit prices, or it may be the dates for the order date column. For the time being, I only want a list, so I'll click on list, and here a new option will open for source. In this source section, I'm going to write the names of the regions, because I know that in my company there are only 4 regions: east, west, north, south, and I can simply type them here itself. So I will write east, comma, west, comma, north, and south. Input message. Here in the input message, you can add a title, or you can directly add an input message. I will directly add an input message. Select from drop down. Error alert. I don't want any other value to be entered here than what is defined in the validation. That is why I will select stop. If I add warning, there will be a possibility that user can skip the warning and still go ahead with a wrong entry. I don't want that to happen, so I will click on stop. I don't want any message here. I want Excel to select the default message. Then I'll click on OK. Now, whenever I click on any of the cells having this validation, there will be a message select from drop down, and there is a drop down also. I can click on this and select from the drop down. All right, now let's create one more thing from any other column. Now I have these many products here, and I have these unit rates. I want to create a list which I can refer in my data validation. So what I'll do is I will copy it from here and I will paste it as a value so that no formatting is copied. Now first of all I need to sort these. If I don't sort it, in my drop down also it is going to show in this sequence only. I want to sort in the ascending order by alphabets from A to Z. So I will sort it and then I will select these cells. This time I'm going to select only this much and then go to data, again data validation, then go to settings and here click list, and then in the source I want to select this list. Excel has taken a reference automatically. I want to leave these things blank this time and click on OK. Now you see there is a drop down available here as well, but the drop down is not in the new cells because I have not selected it. But there will be times where you want to copy your validation. For that, simply copy an existing cell with the validation, put your cursor where you want it, select these, then right click, go to paste spatial and click on validation and say OK. Now only data validation has been copied and now you can select it from there. Next thing, I want to make it a dynamic one. For that I will add one more cell here. I want some space, that's why I'm inserting a cell, and here I want it for the categories. So I will select the name of the categories, put it here, and I will make it a table. Press Ctrl T, or you can also go to insert and click on this table icon and then click OK. This will be converted into a table. You can give the name of this if you want. I am going to leave it as it is, and then select all these cells where you want the validation, then go to data again, go to validation, and again the list, go to source and select these two items in the table, click OK, and now you have a drop down here as well. But the beauty of this table thing is, if I have a new category, let's say I have a new category called stationery, and now if I see in this column, stationery is also automatically added to the data validation list, and that's how you can create a dynamic data validation table. And now let's also see how you can clean the data. I have some inconsistencies in this column C, which you can see there are some spaces in between, there are some wrong spellings. What I'll do is I'll go to data tools, and here besides data validation there is a drop down, click on that, and here you can click on circle invalid data. The moment you click on it, Excel will circle all the entries where the data is not valid. Simply go to the cells where the circle is available and then select the right entry. So for electronics it is this one, furniture there is a spelling mistake, it is this one. Then here also I can do the cleaning very quick, and likewise it is done. Then go again and click on circle invalid data again, and all the circles are gone. That means your data is clean. Now let's also see how we can automate some other things. I want the serial number to automatically appear the moment I enter any data in this new row. So first let me remove it and put a formula here. So as you can see, my order ID is starting from 1001. So I will create a formula for this sequence. I'll click here equals to and use a formula called sequence, and the first argument is rows. How many rows you want? For that I want it to automatically appear. That's why I want to take a reference from the column B. So I will use formula count A and then select the whole column B, parenthesis close, but the whole column B will have the heading also, which is not to be counted in our sequence. That is why I will subtract 1 from this. Then columns, this is optional one, it is going to be by default one column, so I can put one more comma. From where you want to start, I want to start from 1001, and what is the step? Step is 1 and equals to, and hit enter. Now I can also automate the entry of unit prices, because my unit price for each product as well as my category for each product is going to be fixed. For that, what I'll do is I will create a table here which I can look up. So I will select this much portion first, copy it, and I will put it here. I don't want to select the headlines, so I will remove again. I will only copy without the headings, and then I'll go here so that my validation for items remain intact, and I will paste it here as value. And then the category for each product is going to remain same. The region and the person may be different, the date may be different, the quantity may be different, so I will delete these things. The value is going to be fixed one. Now I will again sort it. For that I can go here and click on sort. Everything is sorted down, and now I will also make it a table. Control T and make it a table, so that next time there is any new product I can add the value and that will be referred automatically. Now here for the products column, my products are going to be taken from the drop down. My categories need not to be a drop down because I want it automatically to come from there. So I will instead use a formula. I can remove the validation. To remove the validation, select the cells where you want to remove the validation, and then again go to data, validation, click OK, and click on clear all and say OK. The validation has been removed. Now I want to remove all these entries, and instead I want to use a formula, and I want to use a lookup formula. It's a vertical table, so VLOOKUP, and I want to look up this value, and I want to look up in this array. So I will select it like this, comma, my column index number is second column starting from here, the product column, the second column is category. So I will say 2, and then I will say exact match, so false, parenthesis close, enter, and I will copy this formula down, and again I will also copy this formula down a bit. If these NA are going to show, it is not going to look good. So we will also use another formula here. We will enclose our VLOOKUP formula in if NA. If NA is another formula which you can use to show what you want to write if there is an error. Because there is an NA error, I want to write value if NA is none. So I will put two parentheses without anything inside, close the parenthesis and enter. And now this time I want to copy this again. I'll double click here and you can see it is blank, but the formula is there. Also I can region I can select from the drop down. The name of the salesperson is going to be different every time. But if you know that there are only going to be certain salespersons in your company, then you can select from a drop down again. So here I can see that there are only 4 salespersons at the moment. So I will create a separate drop down list for these salespersons. I'll click here, and this time I want to use another formula to take the names automatically. So I'll click OK and click on enter a formula called unique, and I want to give the reference of these cells and hit enter. These are the unique salespersons in my company. I will copy it and paste it as value. Again I will make it a table so that next time there is a new salesperson I can keep adding here at the bottom. And then I will also make a data validation here. So go to data validation and then a list, and then I can give a reference to this table cells and click OK. My data validation is also available here, and I also want it in these cells. So I will simply copy it and go to these cells and then go to paste spatial validation and OK. That's it. And now I can keep adding the new things. For example, I have already shown you I have added stationery as a new product category. I can give the names here. So this anyway, this column is not relevant now. We can delete it because we have an automatic entry for the product category from formulas. We don't need it. I will change the names here in this table as products, and then these are categories, and this is price, and this is sales rep. Okay, now I want to add a new product, so I can simply go to this table and add that new product. My new product is a book, not bookshelf, a book, and it is going to be under stationery, and the price of the let it be a notebook, and the price is going to be $15. Okay, and a new salesperson is Dinesh Sharma. Okay, all right, now I can simply go here, select my new product, which is here. The serial number is automatically there, the category name is automatically there. I can select the region from here, it is East. The name of the salesperson I can select Dinesh Sharma. For order date, it's going to be always the current date when the entry is being done. So use a shortcut control semicolon and the current date will appear. The quantity you can write, the quantity is 10, and the price also we want automatically, so there has to be a lookup formula. So let's use a lookup formula here also, VLOOKUP, and then this time I'm going to show you from the VLOOKUP dialog box, function dialog box. So you can use this also. It is also very easy if you are conversant. If you are not conversant with inline formulas entry, you can use these dialog boxes. So write the formula, click on fx, and the dialog box will appear. Here, lookup value is going to be my product. Then table array, where I want to look up in this table. So it is going to be this table array, the whole table. And then column index number is third, counting from the product 1 2 3. So the column number index is 3, and the lookup range is 0 for exact match. And then click OK, and you can copy this formula down. And again, as I said, you can enclose this formula as well in if any, and if there is any, nothing is to be displayed. Copy it down again, and as you can see, the value has automatically come. And then total is also anyway going to be a formula. You can copy this down, and that's it. Here as well you can use a formula if any. Let's try if this works in this case as well. And then no, it's going to only work for if any, but what we can do is we can leave it as it is, not a problem. So next time, whenever you want a new product, I want a coffee table, the price has come, you can select from the drop down the region, you can select the sales rep, you can write the date, control semicolon, and you can write the quantity, and that's it. This is how you do the data entry like pro, and that's pretty simple, isn't it? I hope you like this video, so don't forget to give the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and tell me in the comments where you can use these tricks in your Excel sheets. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, have a nice day. Bye bye.